Buddha.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hopefully, you're all having a great day. Hopefully, you're all having a great week. We are winding down 2024. Hopefully, you're all ready for 2025. Before you know it, a couple of weeks, it will be New Year's Day, and we will begin 2025. And hopefully, you all had a great year thus far. And if not, all good. Hopefully 2025 ends up being a better year. So we'll see what happens. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. And real quick, I want to just say thank you to all of you, to all the new subscribers, to the current subscribers. This channel broke 1,300 subscribers. So thank you all so much. It means a lot to me. It really means the world to me. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed, to the current subscribers, and to all the new subscribers. The channel broke 1,300 subscribers. So thank you all so much. Let's get to that 1,400. And of course, the big goal is 2,000. But let's get to that 1,400 first, and let's continue growing this channel out. Let's say what's up to the chat. Who do we have? CT Cards. What's going on, CT Cards? It's good chatting with you earlier, man. I hope things get better for you, dude. Keep me in the loop, keep us in the loop. Just make sure you're taking care of yourself, doing what you got to do. Stephen B, what is going on? David Elias, what is up? Ray Klickner's in the building. What is going on? Bill is in the building. What's up? Jake Boss, what is going on? Li joining us from Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Evening to you there, Graham. How's it going there in Scotland? How are you? Who else we got in the chat? That's who we got in the chat. It's all good, but yeah, like I said, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure, again, like I said, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share this channel out. Let's get more subscribers. But here we are, folks. Just less than a week away from Christmas. A couple of weeks away from New Year's. Jacob Petruzzi, what is going on? All right, now we got Li in the YouTube chats. That's what's up. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I think you meant to say content creator instead of content creature, but hey, you know what? I could be a content creature. It's not a big deal. Hey, my friend, Mr. Controversy. Rodney, how's it going? What's going on, Mr. Controversy? Did you cause any controversy today? Let me know in the chat, man. Did you cause any trouble? You'll have to get a Cubby membership there. There you go. Yeah. So, look, it's been a very interesting off season, right? It's been a very active off season. Moves that we didn't expect, right? Particularly, with the Yankees, they pivoted real quick. They did what they had to do, and they've made good moves so far since losing Juan Soto to the Mets. There's still a lot of big free agent names out there. Desiree, what's going on? There's still a lot of big free agent names out there. You still have, you have Alex Bregman, who's still a free agent. And no, I'm not saying that the Yankees need to go out and sign him. I'm just saying he's still a free agent. Corbin Burns, right? Another big name. He's another free agent, right? So, these are a couple of the big names that are free agents. There's other names that are out there, right? there's a lot of infielders, particularly with first base, that are still free agents and haven't signed with a team yet. So my question to all of you, and let me know what you all think. Please let me know what you think in the chat. With Christmas being right around the corner, are we thinking? They're saying that they're saying that the players are probably going to hold off for now till the holidays pass by, and then they'll probably get back into talks again with teams that are trying to pursue them. How do you all think that things are going to quiet down a little bit for the next couple of weeks, or can you expect something to go down this week, a major move? Not just with the Yankees. I'm just talking in general sense. Do you all expect a big move to happen? Let's say by this weekend, or do you all think that these moves are going to go down after the holidays? Let me know what you all are thinking. LI's saying Yankees must get a rental first baseman and rebuild the bullpen. I mean, they absolutely have to attack the bullpen, and they're going to. Who is your rental first baseman, LI? I'm curious. Yeah, I'm not saying the Yankees should get Alex Bregman, but he's one of those big names that's a free agent. Now, is there a possibility that he does reunite with the Houston Astros? Do you all think that might be a possibility? Because, Nolan Arenado was going to get traded to the Houston Astros, but then he, since he has a no trade clause, he used his no trade clause, so he's still a St. Louis Cardinal. So what did the Houston Astros do now? Right? Roki Sasaki. You bring up Roki Sasaki. Yes, the Yankees are going to have a Zoom meeting with him. He's going to get posted next month, and then he's going to have a week to make a decision. I mean, how awesome would it be if they were able to sign Roki Sasaki? But don't be surprised if he signs with a West Coast team. I mean, that seems to be where the Japanese players are attracted to. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. It might be calm. You might see one or two signings. Well, now one major signing. If there is going to be a signing, as far as major signings go, you'll probably see one. Teams may all hold off on signing anyone with a QO until the Sasaki dance has ended. And that's the other thing there, Graham. There's a lot of players that are tied to a QO. So that's why there's really not a whole lot of movement when it comes to certain players, right? Christian Walker is a big name that's been talked about, right? He's constantly being linked to the Yankees. Beat writers, a bunch of the beat writers, a bunch of folks are keep linking the Yankees and Christian Walker. I mean, is it going to happen? I don't know, but Christian Walker does come with a QO. He's one of the players that comes with a QO. Does he get his 4-year contract that he's looking for? I know teams are not looking to give him 4 years, right? I think they're willing to give him 3, but they don't want to go over 3. They rather give him the 3 instead of 4. Yankees need to sign Ha-Seong Kim for second base, Santana at first base. Okay. I mean, Ha-Seong Kim, that was a name that's been mentioned amongst some of the fans. He's a free agent. He hasn't been signed. He's another player that's tied to a QO, right? I think a lot of teams right now, they're hesitant with some players that are free agents because, again, they're tied to a QO. And, being tied to a QO just means you're going to give up some draft picks. You're going to give up some IFA money. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a lot of teams are not willing to do that. Ronald, what is going on? Jack, what's up? You like to get Santana, but Yankees have been talking to Santander. Yeah, there's been a lot of chatter, a lot of news coming out about the Yankees and Santander. I don't know how far along they are in the talks or what conversation went down, but it sounds like the Yankees have an interest. But then the question is, let's just say the Yankees do sign Santander. Do they put him at first base, or do they put him in the outfield and put Cody Bellinger at first base? Which, mind you, Cody Bellinger is open to playing anywhere in the outfield. I mean, center field, left field, right? He's down to play first base. Boone did mention that he's going to be available for a few positions, and Bellinger's ready. He's game. He's ready to go. Rory's saying get Christian Walker. I wouldn't doubt a move during the holidays or before. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like during the week of. I don't know if anything is going to happen. I feel like things are going to quiet down next week. I feel like if there is going to be like a major move, I feel like it's going to go down this weekend. After this weekend, we can probably expect some downtime. We probably won't expect any big conversations to be happening. Maybe after Christmas, there's that short window between Christmas and New Year's. But then again, don't be surprised if there's no action or there's no activity. So unless the Astros decide to offer a contract, they're never really done. Bregman is not an yeah. Well, Bregman was looking for $200 million. 200, but the Astros offered him 156, so they are far apart in money. So do they talk again and try to meet in the middle somewhere, or is Alex Bregman set on 200 million? And remember, Scott Boras is his agent, so Scott Boras could be telling him to stay put. Now, we know what happened with some of the Scott Boras agents in this last offseason. Some of these players didn't sign till spring training started, or till when it was only a few weeks away from from the regular season starting. So are some of these Boras clients going to face the same thing? Are these guys going to shoot themselves in the foot because some of these players from last year, they didn't do themselves any favors, right? And Jordan Montgomery, who was a Scott Boras client, he fired Scott Boras and joined another agency. So could we expect something like that? Obviously, if the Dodgers would want to get out of Max Muncy's $14 million, put that towards Nolan Arenado for third base, and I would put Muncy at first base because last time he played first base, he was in the 85th percentile. Max Muncy was a name that's been, Mikey Mazza from Ford Train Express, that was a name that he brought up, was Max Muncy. I would not mind seeing Max Muncy on this team. That would be he would be a solid player. He would be a solid infielder. I know the Yankees are looking to improve their infield. Defense is going to be really important going into the 2025 season. So, yes, Walker is attached to a QO. What's up, Jonathan? How's it going? I mean, my couch is $1 trillion. We've already talked about this there, Mr. Controversy. Yeah, I know. And this is the thing, man. It's like I said, with all these with all these big names, I mean, some of these big names are linked to Scott Boras. So are we going to see a repeat of last season where, these Scott Boras clients, they don't sign a deal till at the start of spring training or in the middle of spring training? Are we going to witness that again? I mean, they wouldn't be doing themselves a favor. I thought Kim was tied to a QO. I thought I read that somewhere. So he's not at the top of my list either. If the Yankees, if the Yankees are looking for a second baseman, he's not at the top of my list. But I'm saying he could be a possibility. He's not on the list for me, but he could be a possibility. Walker 250, 30 homers, perfect fielding. I mean, he checks the boxes. He is a righty bat. I don't know if the Yankees like that about him, but he's a good player, but he is a righty bat. So yeah, he did get hurt. Yeah, he did get hurt. That's why his numbers took a little bit of a dive in 2024. So because I was actually looking at his stats out of curiosity. In 2024, he did, his numbers did take a dip. So yeah, he's definitely not the outfielder that Bellinger is. So I mean, again, if the Yankees were to sign him, I'm not saying that they will. I know there's been news coming out between the Yankees and Santander. Apparently, there's mutual interest. Do they come to an agreement, and do you put Santander first? I mean, that is an option. Yeah, I'm with you there, Jake Boss. I would pass on Santander. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. Yeah, sorry, man. Very sorry to hear this, dude. Really. I mean, I hope things get better for you. Hey, Cold Italian Pizza. How you doing? How you doing? What's up, Cold Italian Pizza? Daniel Berry, what is going on? All we need is Santander to play first and Tanner Scott, and we have a championship team. Yeah, I mean, ideally the Yankees are going to need 2 more bats. Even after a guy like Santander, they're going to need another bat. I feel like Tanner Scott. After the Yankees traded for Devin Williams, I don't see them signing Tanner Scott. He'd be an expensive pickup. But again, can the Yankees get him? Sure. But I don't know that Tanner Scott is on their radar. So they'll look into other bullpen arms. There's other bullpen arms that are available. The Yankees absolutely need a lefty bullpen arm. I mean, they don't have any lefties in their bullpen as of right now. Sabine, what's going on? Good to see you. Hey, just joining. I think there was a lot of small and kind some moves today. What's going on with the Yankees, by the way? Yeah, there was a few moves. There was a couple of small moves. So as far as what's going on with the Yankees, I mean, they're not done. We could say that they're not done adding players to the team, whether it's through free agency or whether that's through trades. I mean, they still have work to do. The question is what's going to be next. I mean, I think they're going to sign a first baseman. It's just a matter of who. Again, they're linked to a lot of names, but it's just a matter of who's going to who they decide to go with. I mean, do they go with Christian Walker or do they go with a 1-year rental? That's the big question. Yeah, $200 million in a trash can. That's funny. Yeah, again, Santander is not at the top of my list. He was never that guy that I was like, oh yeah, even before before Soto signed with the Mets, he wasn't somebody that was on my list of players that the Yankees should look into should the Yankees not sign Soto, right? At the time when Soto was a free agent, he wasn't at the top of my list. He's on the top of a list of other fans, not so much me, but that's just me. Okay, they're saying Kim has no QO. Okay, if that's the case, fine. I thought he was attached to a QO. If he's not, then all right, cool. Ask me in Porto for what? I'm lost. If it's the Padres game, he doesn't have a QO. Okay, but he won't be ready. Yeah, so if that's the case, more than likely I can't say the Yankees look into him. So yeah, and Yankees are not a team that are, if it's the Yankees, they're not a team that would look into a player that is tied to a QO. I mean, normally they don't, because they don't want to give up any of their draft picks or any IFA money. They value those things. So, the more the better. D-Rod, what is going on? Well, that more than Quan for left field. I mean, are the Guardians looking to trade Quan? I don't think they're looking to trade Quan. I don't think the Yankees are going to pursue anybody in the outfield. I think their outfield is pretty set right now. That's what I think. Yeah, I would rather have a lefty, but yeah, Walker. I mean, in terms of free agent first baseman, he is your best option, right? But again, do the Yankees are the Yankees sign? Are the Yankees going to come to an agreement with him? We don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to give up Quan, even if the Yankees wanted him. There's no, I can't see it. TC, what up, TC? How's it going? Stroman might be traded. Yeah, I mean Robert Murray, who's a beat writer, was saying that that Stroman is going to get traded at some point. He feels it's going to happen. I feel as though he should get traded as well. I have nothing against Marcus Stroman. I mean, he's a gamer, but I do think that I do think that he's a guy that does need to get traded. So, it's possible. It's possible. Hear me out. The Yankees come to Colorado next year, and I should start the roll call that the fans. Bro, we just got to get if that Theo, we got to link up for that. We got to get the rest of the group to join in. I'll be down to do the roll call, man. If you're leading it, I'm down. Well, that's just it. I don't know who's going to take Stroman. If you're going to trade Stroman, you got to attach some other players with him to make it worthwhile. If you trade Stroman alone, you're not going to get a lot of value back. But but the question is, who could you get for Stroman? I mean, you could probably get some, maybe some low level or mid level bullpen arms. I mean, maybe the Yankees go that route. But if they're trying to get something more, I mean, they're going to have to attach other players to Stroman to make it worthwhile. I would love to have Tanner Scott. I would love for the Yankees to get Tanner Scott, but the thing is, I don't know that the Yankees are going to pursue him. What team he signs with, I'm not sure, but I would have loved for the Yankees to sign Tanner Scott, but after trading for Devin Williams, I don't see that happening. Like I said, I'd be down for Christian Walker, but again, do the Yankees want a player that's tied to a QO? That's the question. And Christian Walker is apparently looking for 4 years. The Yankees don't want to give him a 4th year. Ryan McMahon from the Rockies. I mean, I don't think the Rockies want to trade him, and I don't think he wants to be traded to the Rockies or from the Rockies. So I would like Ryan McMahon, but I don't see that happening. Yeah, I mean, Tim Hill's a free agent. I mean, if the Yankees were to sign him back, I mean, yeah, he's a lefty. I don't know if they're going to bring him back. We got 28 likes. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's try to get to 50 if we can. If not, no worries. Yeah, and yeah, hopefully they do get those hard throwers, whoever that may be. I'm hoping that they do get those hard throwers. They need them. Yeah, they definitely need some arms out of that bullpen. So, what's up, Joe? He says hi. Hot stuff going on soon. We'll let you know if there's any new. Yeah, keep us in the loop there, Joe. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I don't see the Yankees signing another big name free agent. I'd still say they're going to be there. I think they're going to be more active in the trade market. If they do, they're going to spend money, right? That's inevitable. They are going to spend money, and I think they'll spend that money on bullpen arms. But if there is going to be another player that they're going to spend money on, it's probably going to be for a player in the infield. So, first base. Getting Kyle Tucker next year should be a priority. The Yankees will probably make that a priority. They probably will. So, I don't know what you're talking about, Sabine. You must be having your own private conversation, but carry on. Yeah, no, I get that because he hit 44 home runs last year. The guy has a bat for sure, but again, he's not really on my list of players that the Yankees should look into. I know other Yankees fans though are very high on him. They would really love for the Yankees to sign him. Again, is it a possibility? It's a possibility. But I do think the Yankees should explore elsewhere. What's up, Ken? Nah, no QO on my couch. The couch is anybody who wants the couch. It's $1 trillion. So if you could afford it, it's yours. What up, Demon D? Sean Browning is in the building. David Herrera, what's going on? Yeah, what's that big move, man? What is that big move you're feeling there, Sean? Yeah, Stroman doesn't have a spot on the team anymore. He doesn't. Look, I think Stroman. I like what I saw from him in the first half. The first half of the season, I mean, he was fantastic, and then the second half, he kind of just went down. But yeah, you need to find a way to trade him. I mean, he's not going to be in the rotation. The Yankees have the rotation set unless they sign Roki Sasaki. Then where does he fit? You're going to have to put him in the rotation. So Yankees have a few moves to make. They have there's a lot of different options. So let's see what they do. Let's do it, bro. I'm down. Yeah, if Roki signs with the Yanks, I mean, they're going. Yeah, oh my God, if they get Roki Sasaki, that would be awesome. Yeah, I would love for him to play for the pitch for the Yankees, and he's not going to cost you a lot either. I mean, it's IFA money, so the Yankees have that. They have the money to afford him. Nah, pass on Salvador Perez. And I think he's still with the Angels, or not the Angels, the Royals anyway. Rumor has it Roki will only give Yankees one chance to win him over. All right, well, if that's the case, then hopefully the Yankees can make an impression on him. The fact that he's given the Yankees a chance. I mean, it's good. I know he said he kind of had a bit of a mental breakdown because of the Japanese media, and his agent was saying that he might want to play that he prefers to play for like a smaller market team. But if the Yankees can make an impression on him, hey, by all means. Yeah, Trevino, I would like to see traded as well. Trevino and Stroman. Grisham, honestly, I understand why you would want him to get traded, but I don't see it because they are going to keep him on the bench as a fourth outfielder. So, they are going to need, yeah, they might use him for that, kind of like what they did this past season with him. You talking about Tim Hill? I don't know, man. What's up, Sunil? How's it going? Oh my God, that three-headed monster would be scary. And if I'm the opposing team, I hate to go up against those guys. I mean, yeah, those three arms, those three guys coming out of the bullpen. Yeah, that no, thank you. So sorry, just kind of going down the chats here, seeing what you all are saying. Nah, man, I haven't yet. I gotta get a I gotta get with Gus with Gusto and some other folks. I want to find out how many people are coming, and then uh give a call to the Rockies ticket office and see if there's like some sort of deal I can get. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. 35 likes. Let's go. Yeah, welcome to the channel there, retired MCO. I wonder what Tim Hill, are they thinking they got as much out of him as they could? I mean, it's possible. I mean, Tim Hill was solid. I mean, he was solid, especially in the postseason. He was really good. I mean, if the Yankees brought him back, they could bring him back on the cheap. He's not going to cost you a lot. I mean, they did sign back Loaisaga, which I was a little surprised about. I'll be honest with you. See more trades and free agents that have no QO attached to, for sure. Yeah, good luck, Ronnie, stealing it. And Mr. Controversy being Mr. Controversy right now. Yeah, if the Yankees sign Roki Sasaki, Clark Schmidt would be traded. Probably. Clark Schmidt, I mean, like I was talking with when I had Howie Carpet on the show yesterday. It's like he said, Clark Schmidt's a guy that has more value. I like Clark Schmidt. I do like Clark Schmidt, but that's a possibility. If they were to get Roki, I mean, I could see them getting trading Clark Schmidt. Absolutely. So, not exactly a blockbuster, but a multiplayer. To Okay, all right, Sean, I got you. You see Schmidt as a long man in the pen again. I don't think he should go back to the pen. I think that guy has 100% needs to be a starter. He under 100% needs to be a starter. So yeah, there's no way. I say to sarcastically, but trade for Naylor. I mean, Naylor. Apparently there's some interest between Josh Naylor and the Seattle Mariners. So Seattle does need a first baseman. They do need an upgrade there. So that could be something in the works. As far as other teams talking, I know the Cubs and Marlins were talking about trading Jesus Luzardo to the Cubs, but sounds like those talks have cooled off. AJ Puck or Andrew Nardi from the Marlins. I mean, AJ Puck is with the Cardinals, or not the Cardinals. Sorry, wrong team, wrong sport. Diamondbacks. He's with the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks traded for him back at the trade deadline. So AJ Puck would be awesome, but I don't see I don't see him being traded from Arizona. Nardi could be a possibility from the Marlins. He could be a possibility. You know what, man? I'd say yes. I'd say the Yankees, yes, they do have the best starting rotation right now. I think adding Max Fried really was an upgrade. And I've said this many times, of regardless of signing Juan Soto or not signing Juan Soto, there's no doubt that they needed to get another starting pitcher, because with Soto or without, they absolutely had to get another starter, because I wasn't trusting the starting rotation going into 2025. So Max Fried was an upgrade. Would they actually put Sasaki into the rotation? He hasn't pitched high innings, and he works on a different schedule to our other starters. Yeah, I know in Japan, I mean, those guys pitch once a week. I mean, would he adjust to that, or would the Yankees adjust to his schedule? I don't know. I mean, I would assume they would put him into the rotation, but then again, who knows? And why would Saki be an awesome signing? He only pitched over 100 innings twice in his career. Yeah, I mean, they could start him out of the bullpen, but I mean, look at I hate to admit it, but look at Yamamoto. I mean, granted, he got hurt earlier in the season, but his first year as a Dodger and first year in the major leagues, he's he had success. So and another and Shotei Imanaga, right? I mean, nobody. I remember when last season I was wanting the Yankees to sign him, and a lot of Yankees fans were against it. I remember so many fans were against it, but he had a pretty successful season. He did well for the Chicago Cubs. So you never know what's going to happen. All right, man. Well, take care of yourself there, CT. All right, keep us in the loop. Keep us in the loop, man. Trade Stroman, Peraza, Pereira to Rangers for Young and Lowe. That's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. Not for those two guys. There's no way. You're gonna have to give them a better package than that, there, Sean. I see where your head is going with this, but it's gonna take more than that. I would pass Rory, honestly. That's me personally. Now, here's a question for all of you. All right, and before I ask that question, shout out to everybody in the chat. We're almost 40 minutes into the live stream. I do greatly appreciate everybody joining me this afternoon. Thank you all so much. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out. Let's continue on with the conversation. And Ken, if you are still in the chat, I did get your text, so you're all good, man. You're all good. You do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. So, yo, Chiefs easy 3-peat. All right, we got a Chiefs fan in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. How are you? Yeah, with that package for the Rangers, I mean, you would have to. Yeah, it would probably take like a Clark Schmidt to make it worthwhile. I mean, this is where what we were talking about, right? With Clark Schmidt adding value, so that or has value, and you can trade him and get something of value back, right? I mean, I would hate for the Yankees to trade him, because I do like him. But sometimes you have to give up something good to get something good. So another pitcher that's apparently available in a trade is Pablo Lopez from the Minnesota Twins. With, I know teams are looking for pitching, so he's another name that the Yankees could potentially look into. So let's see. My friend Fortrain just put out looks like, oh, never mind. False alarm. All good. So looks like what's Joe saying here on Hot Stove so far? The only thing they're saying is, of course, more moves are coming, but nothing spicy yet. Yeah, kind of figured, man. Kind of figured. There could be another. I mean, again, there could be another move by this weekend. If there's no moves by this weekend, then we're expect the next couple of weeks to be really quiet. So if Schmidt goes, Buehler will be in. Yeah, and there was, reports coming out earlier saying that the Yankees had interest in Walker Buehler. I mean, sure, they could explore that option. I wouldn't be opposed to Buehler. He would definitely come cheaper. He would be cheaper than Jack Flaherty. He would definitely be cheaper than a Corbin Burns. I doubt the Rangers would take Stroman. Yeah, that's the thing. Stroman's going to be a hard sell. He's going to be a hard sell. So Schmidt has more value in a trade. So, yeah, you have a higher chance of trading Schmidt and getting something worthwhile back. This could be a possibility. There's a lot of possibilities. Yankees have they have a lot of different options right now, and so far they've done well. So Stroman would love LA. We talking Angels or we talking Dodgers? That's the question. Because it won't, the Dodgers won't take him. Maybe the Angels will. That's a possibility. Then they're not going to Pirate store for Jared Jones. They don't want to win anyway. You talking about the Pirates? I mean, they got some good players on their team. They might try to get something going here, but Jared Jones could be an option. Again, I don't know that the Yankees are looking into him. Send Stroman to the Angels for cash. I could see the Yankees doing something like that, sending him to the Angels for some cash. I mean, you may not get players back, but you'll definitely get some money back. I don't know how much money. It's not going to really torment me though, Sunil. I'm not a Rockies fan, so it'll torment the Rockies. And you said, and his Rockies. The Rockies are not my team, so again, fail. We're talking about it. There's no news yet. There's just only folks out there saying that Stroman is inevitably going to get traded. That's what people are saying. 48 likes. Let's go. We're at 48 likes. Let's get to 2 more. We'll get to 50 likes. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, Ken, if you're still in the chat, like I said, if you you do what you got to do, man. Yeah, well, I don't know if you know this. I mean, yes, Colorado does have a baseball team. Yes, it is the Rockies, but it's not Colorado's not really a big baseball state, not really. Um it's more of a football state. They're definitely very big on their Broncos, no doubt about that. Considering what happened to the Dodgers rotation this year, let's not try to keep other than try to let's try not keep starters other than Stroman. So, yo, we got my boy the Ace Avenue in the chat. Shia, make sure you all subscribe to the Ace Avenue if you haven't yet. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, we're at 50 likes. That's what's up. Awesome. Yo, Ace, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about the move so far with the Yankees? How are you feeling good about it? Just hanging out, bro. Just hanging out for Christmas. What are you doing? Got family coming into town? We got John the Beagle Dad. Welcome, welcome. That's what's up. Hold on, I'm all right, Ace, give me a second here, bro. I don't know what you're up to, dude. But let me. Oh, I think first baseman is definitely on their radar. I think that's gonna be the next move. It's just a matter of who that first baseman is going to be, whether it's through a free agency or is that going to be in a trade? Yeah, I know you want Bregman. But I'm wondering if Bregman and the Astros are going to reunite, because I know you heard about Arenado blocking the trade to the Astros. So since he has that no trade clause, he wasn't down to go to the Astros. Which, speaking of the Astros, they're not looking to trade Framber Valdez. Not that I'm saying that I had interest in him, but just wanted to mention that. But Ace, check your phone, bro. I sent you a link. If you have a second to jump on, man. Because I do want to get your thoughts. So, because I've been on for close to 50 minutes, I might stay live on for a little bit longer. But I want to get you on for a few minutes if you have a second. So if you have a second, man, I sent you the link. Have you ever heard of Shah's Halal Food? It's a food truck restaurant chain. I haven't heard of Shah's Halal Food. I've heard of Halal Guys. I know that's a chain. They opened one up out here. Really wasn't that impressed personally, but I've never heard of this place that you're talking about. Yeah, Li, I'm a hard pass on Bregman too. I definitely don't want Bregman. So I'm right there with you. All right. I sent the bat signal and he is waiting in the back like a superhero. He's gonna join me here. Ready? He looks like he's ready to go. He gave me the peace sign. So let me get you up here, bro.
What up?
In?
Yeah, I flew in. I saw the signal. I was like, all right, man,
Yeah.
Somebody's in distress. I got it. I got you. Yeah, I decided to pop on for about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's actually perfect. So
yeah, things have been busy over here.
Yeah.
Just working before the holidays. What's up, Ray? What's up, chat? What's up, everybody? Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe to my guy NFE, who's grinding. Numbers going up, man. He killing it.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah. Just trying to get these trying to get these subs. That's the big priority, as you know.
Yeah, man, I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, last couple of days just been working, a lot of work, streaming too, a couple times. Just before the holidays, so you got to get that last minute shopping in. You know how that goes. And then worked all night, got up a little bit early, did a trailer reaction. Did you get a chance? Did you by any chance get a chance to check out that new Superman trailer that just dropped?
No, I haven't, but I will. Because I am a DC fan.
Favorite DC superhero?
Huh?
Favorite DC superhero? Who's your favorite DC superhero?
Oh, for me, it's Batman.
Is it? Okay.
I'm a Batman guy.
Hence the bat signal.
Yeah. No.
Wait. Let me show you this. I'll be right back. Hold up.
All right, hold on. He's gonna show us something. And Sunil, he doesn't look like DJ Khaled. You need to get your eyes checked.
You talking about the bat signal, since I'm a movie content creator and I love my collectibles and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Got the actual
what
popcorn bat signal that lights up. Like, you can't see it now, I mean, obviously, but when it's dark and I put it on the ceiling, the whole ceiling is the bat signal.
Oh,
so it's a little
man.
popcorn tin. I never plan on putting any popcorn in it. It's just such a dope collectible. But since
yeah,
you said
it
something,
is, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, Sunil was saying was calling you DJ Khaled. I'm like, dude, he doesn't look like DJ Khaled.
Another one. That's right.
Another one.
Who said it? Who said it? Sunil, congratulations. You played yourself. That's another DJ Khaled line. So Li, Ken's being sarcastic. Ken fucks with me. Ken's a good dude. He knows damn well. Yeah, come on.
This is what Ken said.
I saw. Yeah, right.
But I want to get your thoughts, man. I wanted to get your thoughts so far on the moves that the Yankees have made so far. Are you surprised at all, or are you? And if not, I mean, are you happy with the moves that they have made?
Surprised by some were kind of obvious. Like, I was excited about the Bellinger move, but I kind of felt like it was bound to happen, so I wasn't shocked by it. You get what I'm saying? The only move that I was really surprised by was the Devin Williams move. I didn't expect this, especially with how well Luke Weaver played last year. I didn't expect them to go out and get arguably the second best closer in the league. And what they gave up, fan favorite Nestor Cortez, and then also Cashman kind of played everybody with the whole Caleb Durbin stuff.
Yeah.
Because we didn't see a single thing about Caleb Durbin until about 3 months ago. Like, Caleb Durbin might get a chance, And then all of a sudden somebody said, oh shit, he's gonna be he's gonna be the Yankee second baseman. I want him. So, like I said, hats off to Howe and kudos to Cashman this offseason. Not only were they in the bidding for Juan Soto, but they've made great plan B pivots, in my opinion. But the job's not done, though.
No.
Like, they had a lot of work to be done. The job's not done. I don't expect to see, I saw the title of this, I don't expect to see anything happen until probably after Christmas, because now you're kind of getting into the mode where people are going to be shutting stuff down because people are going to be traveling, worried about the holidays. This is the last Friday before Christmas. But I think we hear something like right before New Year's. I think that we end up getting ourselves maybe a short-term first baseman, which is what I'm looking for. I'm okay with a Santana at first base for 1 year.
For just as a 1 year rental.
Just as a 1 year, because I said it on my channel, and when I was on Jason Custodio's channel as well, I said the same thing. I want to stop, like, football, to put it in football terms, I want to stop gap first baseman, because I don't want to take us out of the running for Yankee fan favorite Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next year. I know how much everybody loves Vlad, and people are going to be like, no, we can't get Vlad, but you got to be in the bidding for him. Now we're hearing things about possibly Pete Alonso. The more I sit on it and the more time passes from Soto actually signing with the Mets, the more open I am to Pete Alonso, because it doesn't seem like it's not the Yankee move, it's a Yankee move. You know what I'm saying? It's not the big move. And what we made, the moves we made with Fried was amazing. That solidifies our rotation as maybe 1-2 in the league. Solidified the back end of the bullpen. We pretty much made strengths stronger, in my opinion. We had a good rotation. Made that stronger. Had a good back end of the bullpen. You made that stronger as well. Now you got to get the sticks. We got Cody Bellinger, a guy that wanted to be a Yankee. He's here. That's the most important thing. Getting guys that want to be Yankees. So we'll see. But like L.I. King said, he wants Murakami. That's another thing. I mean, either or. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing about it is you don't want to tie yourself up for 3-4 years at first base, because then you're going to miss out on Vlad. You're going to miss out on the Murakamis. You're going to miss out. Whatever you said, you're going to miss out on a franchise first baseman in either of those two guys if you sign one of these guys this year.
Yeah, and I could see that, right? You know, I mean, the big name that's been tied to the Yankees as far as first base goes, it's been Christian Walker.
Yep.
Everybody and the beat writers, whoever, you know, they're all linking Christian Walker to the Yankees. I know the Yankees, you know, are open to signing him, but apparently he's looking for a 4-year deal. The Yankees are not exactly wanting to give him that, which I don't blame him or blame them for not wanting to give him that 4-year deal. You know, I'd be okay. I'd be fine with a 1-year rental of Santana, just as a stopgap, just as a 1-year rental. Then, you know, you could go, you know, did the Yankees make a push for Vlad Jr.? I mean, they're definitely gonna do their due diligence. I wouldn't mind.
They should.
Yeah, they'll do their due diligence. They're gonna have a bunch of money come off the books. They're gonna definitely look at a Murakami. They will be in the Murakami market. But I think going into next season, though, the big player that they're going to look into is going to be Kyle Tucker. That's going to be the player that I feel like the Yankees are going to go after, because they tried going after him, you know, during when he was with the Astros, but you know, we all saw what happened. He got traded to the Cubs. But I think the Yankees are going to try and make a push for Kyle Tucker next season. I definitely see that happening.
Same. Move Belly to first base. His flexibility gives you that option. Like, I kind of want one or two things. I kind of want, if you're going to go after Kyle Tucker, because you're not going to get Tucker and Vlad. That's you're not going to get Tucker and Vlad. You might get Tucker and Murakami, depending on what you're going to do with Bellinger. I think Bellinger is going to opt in because I think he wants to be a Yankee. I don't think it's going to be a 1-year deal where he's like, okay, even though I had a good year, I can see him still opting in. If you get Kyle Tucker, you move, you know, you can move Bellinger to first base, which I'm okay with. If you decide you can't get Kyle Tucker, you go get a Vlad or Murakami, then you keep Tucker in the outfield because he seems to be open to all of that. Yeah, but but that's the beauty of these things. You have to give out more short-term contracts, maybe for a little more money. The AAV will be a little bit higher, but the short-term might be more beneficial for us right now. I think I would really buy into Murakami if we get Sasaki. If we end up with, because then you're building culture like what the Dodgers are doing. Like I think I have a hard time thinking that Murakami is going to come here by himself. If you can get yourself Sasaki and sell, because obviously Sasaki has interest in the Yankees, they're setting up a meeting with them. He said even though he said he wants to play for a smaller market team, you know, coming to the New York Yankees could be beneficial for him, especially with all the starters that we do have. You keep him on his 6-day rotation as well. You just move things around. Garrett Cole doesn't like being on a 6-man rotation.
No.
So you kind of just fit him in wherever you can, and everybody else, tough. You know what I'm saying? You get slid down a day. You get an extra day of rest. It's as simple as that. But if the Yankees get their hands on Sasaki, I will fully buy into Murakami next year. I would think that probably might be a done deal.
Yeah, because I mean, it does help these Japanese players out with there's a Japanese player currently on the team, because you know they don't want to be the only ones on the team, and you know, kind of feeling like, you know, they're left out. Even though I don't think they'll be left out, but still, it's just nice to have for Japanese players. It's just nice to have another teammate that is Japanese, so that way they can have somebody else to talk to. So, you know, as a way to communicate with one another, you know what I mean? Because it's important to have that, you know, that culture on a team, right? So, let me ask you this, man. You know, you remember this past offseason, all these players that were still free agents going into spring training, and it was mostly Scott Boras clients.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are again. Alex Bregman, Corbin Burns, Pete Alonso, right? Just to name these three guys. all Scott Boras clients, still not signed. Do you think we'll see a repeat of like guys like them, not signing a deal, and then next thing you know, going into spring training, these guys still don't have a team? Because
Yeah.
like look at Jordan Montgomery, he finally signed a deal. It was a bad deal for the Diamondbacks, but he ended up firing Boris
Yeah.
because he didn't get the deal that he was looking for. But do you anticipate something like that happening?
I don't think so. Only because the only thing I think that's holding up these players was a Soto decision.
Mm-hmm.
You have to realize that was about 2 weeks ago that Soto signed. So Soto had to be the first domino to fall. And then we've had great, and shout outs to MLB. It was slow initially, but the last 2 weeks have picked up, especially for New York, the state of New York. Mets
Yeah.
and Yankee fans, no one else has really done anything besides Yankees and Mets, like that. Or, I could just be saying that because we're more plugged into those markets. But I think Soto was the first domino that had to fall. And I think because Christmas is coming up, like I said, I think we might see these guys signed by about after a little bit around the New Year's time, either a little bit before, a little bit after, because
Mhm.
last year did put Scott Boras clients on notice. They looked horrible last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't get the deals that they were looking for, and I think Scott Boras and I think his clients during that time, I feel like they shot themselves in the foot. So, I don't know, I don't know what happens with these guys that they have. I think, I don't they're going to sign. It's just a matter of when, and if they do sign, I feel like it'll happen after New Year's. It'll probably happen like maybe around the beginning of January, middle of January, because at that
Mm-hmm.
point you're about a month out from pitchers and catchers reporting, which by the way, not far off. I mean, you're
Yep.
55 days away, and before you know it, spring training will be here. So buckle up,
Pitching
you know
and
what I mean?
catchers.
So
Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be here before you know it.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
I'm looking at the free
but
agency, and there's still a lot of names out there that can help people.
right,
Like this free agent market wasn't superstar heavy, but Christian Walker, Pete Alonso still out there, Carlos Santana, Goldsmith still out there.
yeah.
Goldsmith's a guy I don't want any part of, realistically.
Yeah, I'm not really for him either.
Yeah, I'm good
But I
on
could
that.
see Cashman doing something like that, like signing him to a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
But I don't personally want him. I'm with you.
Gleyber Torres still out there.
Yeah.
I still think he's waiting for that Yankee call. Hassan Kim is out there. I wouldn't mind Hassan Kim for second base. I wouldn't mind that. Well, both Kims are out there.
Yeah.
So
You got the
Jose Iglesias is a name that's out there. You really want to spite the Mets? Go ahead and get Jose Iglesias and get that "Oh My God" song playing in Yankee Stadium. But Bregman is a guy I think the Yankees still have interest in. I personally am for Bregman, like I put in your chat, because
Yeah.
that would make our infield defense that much better. And then
Yeah.
you would just have to figure out first base. But if I was to say at the very minimum, we need at least one more bat. You can't go into this offense. You can't go into the 2025 season with the offense you have now, even though I still think it's good enough to get to the World Series because the AL is not as strong as the NL. But I would like Bregman. I'm over all that stuff. Yankee fans that are like Arthas has said, Bregman's not liked here. Dude, the Yankees have had their fair share of cheaters as well. How many guys we had that were juiced up? Everybody was doing the same thing. Like you can't pick and choose what cheating is good for you. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So I'll be okay with it. But I am surprised though that Corbin Burns is still out there. That's
Yeah.
surprising me.
Well, I'm wondering if what he's looking for in AAV, I'm wondering if it's too high for teams, because after what Blake Snell got from the Dodgers, now granted his money is deferred, so you got to look at present day value. But I mean, after getting that deal that he did, I mean, that's got to, Burns must have been like, oh well, shoot, if Snell got that kind of deal, and I think Burns is a better pitcher than Snell personally.
Yeah.
But Burns is like, okay, well, I want to get paid, what in the mid 30s, so in the mid 30 as far as AAV goes. But I just don't know if a lot of teams are willing to pay that for him. I think he's a good pitcher, but he also comes with a QO, and I think that's the other big holdup.
Yep. Tanner Scott too is another name I'm surprised is still out there. I'm surprised he hasn't got snatched up.
Yeah. Tanner Scott, yeah, I mean, he's gonna demand a lot of money. He will. He's an excellent closer. Yeah, I'm with you right there. I'm surprised he's still a free agent. What happens with him? I'm not. Who knows what team is going to go after him? I know he's going to be expensive, and it's expected because pitching, whether it's bullpen or the rotation, you're gonna overpay. It's just inevitable.
Yeah.
Pitching is a premium, as you know. So they're going to they're going to pay. These guys are going to pay big time. The teams are going to pay for good pitching. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like I said, I'm wondering though, because you still here we are. It seems like it's a repeat. Scott Boras has players that are free agents. Nobody's signed. Are we going to get spring training starts? Right? Our pitchers and catchers report. Are some of these guys still going to be free agents? Because, again, you saw what happened with Cody Bellinger. You saw what happened with Jordan Montgomery, Blake Snell. They didn't get the deals that they were looking for. But I think Scott Boras. I don't think he's going to mess this up because I think he probably learned his lesson
from last year. Mm-hmm.
From last year, I don't think he's going to repeat what he did. But I expect these guys to sign in January, at the latest. If it gets past January, I'll be shocked if it gets past January.
I'm going to tell you this. You want to know what I think the next Yankee move is? Bring back Tim Hill.
Oh, man.
Because we have no lefties. You just gave away the dude's number 2. Maybe they didn't sign him before they signed Fried because they wanted Fried to be able to get his number because they both wore the same.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. But Tim Hill's, we have no lefty arms at all. So Tim Hill pitched really well. I think he should be the next low-key signing. But I mean, I get it. I'm looking at I'm looking at the chat. I get it. L.I. Yankee King says he doesn't want Bregman because he thinks he's declining, stuff like that. I mean, no doubt Bregman wouldn't play as well in Yankee Stadium as he would in Houston, no doubt, because of just how our stadium is, stuff like that. But you're still getting a really good glove and a decent contact bat that I feel like would play well, especially because you got to solidify your infield defense. This is why I would totally be against bringing Gleyber Torres back. Like Yankee fans are talking about it.
Yeah,
no, not with you just invested how much money in Max Fried? You need a good defense behind him.
Yeah. 100%. Look, I was chatting with one of our subscribers earlier, and real quick before I say what I need to say, but here's what Ken was saying about Corbin Burns. Teams are laying back on Burns because of his dipping velo, shape of his breaking pitches, potential UCL candidate. Well,
I think the years too. I think he wants the years. I think if he had more of a short term, if he was willing to take a 2-3 year deal, I think I think the Mets would definitely go scoop him up.
The Mets, I mean, the Giants, those are two teams that have been mentioned. So, I don't think the Yankees are going to sign him. That's not going to happen.
Can you imagine though? That'd be an elite
oh my God,
move.
that would be.
Can you imagine having 1 through 5? And this is just, we're just kidding around, hypotheticals. Can you imagine having 1 through 5, a bunch of 1s and 2s pitchers? Like the Mets got a bunch of 4s and 5s on their rotation. Imagine having 1s and 2s, 1 through 5. That'd be crazy.
That'd be insane, man. That would be. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, that would be insane. But what I was going to say about Gleyber Torres was this: like I was chatting with one of the subscribers earlier. He was telling, he mentioned Gleyber Torres. And the thing is, look, I like Gleyber Torres. I do. I don't want the Yankees to bring him back because it's like, you know what? I can't get emotional about this. The Yankees need to solidify their defense. They have to solidify that defense. I mean, players need to, the players need to step up. Like Volpe, he needs to do a better job. I don't want to say Volpe was terrible, but there were moments, right? And Gleyber Torres had a lot of moments, that cost the Yankees games. So you cannot have that. So I'm passing on Torres. Again, I like Gleyber Torres. I like what he's done with the Yanks, but it's time to move on. And who do they do? What do they do for second base? I mean, there's it's like I was talking with our guest yesterday, Howie Carpin. Do they move Jazz to second base, and do they pursue a third baseman? I mean, or are they just going to leave Jazz at third and just worry about first and second? Another thing that I thought about for second base, could they go internally? So can they compete with, like, is there going to be competition in spring training between Peraza, Vivas? You also have Oswaldo Cabrera.
Yep.
So are the Yankees going to go internally for second base? First base, I don't think they should go internally.
No.
They absolutely have to get somebody for first base. But second base, could they go internally? That's what do you think about that?
I think that could definitely happen, especially if you get yourself a Walker at first base or a Pete Alonso at first base. You're going to have to go cheap somewhere.
Yeah.
So let there be a second base competition. I don't think Peraza would win the job. I mean, defensively, yeah, great defensively. Offensively, he's going to have to fix a lot of things offensively. But if you tell me we're going to have holes somewhere, you know what I'm saying? This team isn't going to be perfect. They're going to be incomplete somewhere. I would be okay with giving Peraza the start, even though I don't think it's going to happen, if you were to get yourself a legit first baseman. And then you go from there. Because this is the thing. All the moves don't have to be made right now. You can trade throughout the season. You can hit it hard at the deadline and just see where it falls. But like I said, we do have options. Like you said, you named them all. Cabrera, Vivas. Also, I mean, Lombard Jr. is still a little bit ways away. I wish he was
ways away.
Yeah, I wish he was ready, because then we wouldn't even we'd be having a whole different conversation. But Cabrera, I still like Cabrera as an ultra utility guy. Because think about it. Here's something that no one's talking about. Our bench depth stinks. Like, realistic, our bench depth stinks. You have Jose Trevino, Oswaldo Cabrera, DJ LeMahieu still on the bench, and Trent Grisham. That's the Yankees bench. Grisham's the fourth outfielder. DJ LeMahieu and Oswaldo Cabrera are the ultra utility guys. And
there
then
needs
you
to
have
be some improvement there.
Yeah. You know what I would do? I'd bring back John Birdie. I would. Because I think Birdie, I like guys that are like Waldo and Birdie that can play infield and outfield. Birdie can do that. He's still got some speed, but you'd have to figure out what to do with DJ LeMahieu. I wish the Yankees would just part ways with him, cut him, let him go about his merry way. No one's going to take him. And we'll see what happens. But that's something that we got to talk about too. Bench depth is something that we need. Grisham coming off the bench. Where's the pop from the bench? Waldo can provide you with some.
Yeah, and every once in a while, Grisham could do it too, but that's every once in a while. Because when he hits, I mean, he's got some pop to his swing, Grisham, but it's not consistent. But the bench that you bring up a great point. That is something that the Yankees definitely need to improve on. Hopefully, they're thinking about it, and I'm sure they are, because going into the offseason. And one thing that Cashman did mention was getting better defensively.
Yep.
He did say that, and I'm glad he did. I'm glad he acknowledged it, and hopefully that is the case. But Ken brings up Yandy Diaz and Brandon Lau. These are two names that I was talking about with some of the guys that I'm in a group chat with, the content creators. So those are two guys that the Yankees could look into for first and second. I mean, that's they could kill two birds with one stone. Of course, you'd have to give them a package and give them a package that's going to be worthwhile. And it's definitely not going to be cheap by no means. So who do they give up? I don't know, but both of these guys come with some years of control, and they would come on the cheap. So I wouldn't mind getting these two guys with Yandy Diaz and Brandon Lau from the Rays. The Rays, and if you give the Rays a package worthwhile, though, an offer that they can't refuse, I could see them I could see them saying yes, because they are known to trade away players and get players
smaller
back.
Market. Yeah, especially with what they're going through over there with their stadium and stuff too.
Right.
Even though I don't think it ties directly with that, but the Yankees have some options, especially with the moves that we made. We haven't given up top prospects. Cody Petit was a guy that didn't have room on his team for real. We got Cody Bellinger for him. Nestor Cortez, fan favorite. Caleb Durbin, we don't know what he's going to be. Yankees, if they really wanted to be aggressive, still have top end prospects that they can ship off to make this team better. I just don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna do it now. Like I said, I think they'll be more aggressive towards the deadline. First base needs to be an option though. That's the biggest
Yes.
thing because
Yeah.
we need. If you want to get better defensively and fundamentally, you need a guy that can pick it over there. You need a guy that can scoop it at first, guy that can play some good, reliable first base, stuff like that. Christian Walker, like I said, I'm not sold on him, because he wants that 3-4 years, like you had alluded to. And then he has the qualifying offers attached to him. I wouldn't, like I said, Carlos Santana would be what I would go with. Switch hitting first baseman. 38 years old. He's up there in age, but his numbers still look pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially for being that age. Now, eventually, Father Time catches up to us all. But on a short-term contract, it's not a lot of risk in that. And if you wanted to platoon first base with him and Ben Rice, I think I'd be a little more open to that. Give Carlos Santana the first shot, and whoever gets hotter, plays the majority of the time. But I wouldn't outright give Rice the job at first base,
No.
just like I wouldn't outright give one of these young kids at second. You know what I'm saying? I think Bregman is what the Yankees are still trying to go after at third, move Jazz over to second, and then get yourself a first baseman, maybe a Santana, and then platoon Rice, and then I think we might be good until the deadline, and then you just add bullpen arms from there. Yeah, Sean says he's a stopgap. That's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for a stopgap first baseman, a guy that can help us win now, that doesn't take us out of Vlad next year or Kyle Tucker the same year. That's what I want, a stopgap first baseman.
And the Yankees could very well go that route. The Yankees could very well go that route. I think, as far as positional players go, I think they sign one more. And that's going to be a first baseman if they decide to go the free agent route. After that, as far as other signings go, I think they're gonna start addressing the bullpen.
Yeah,
and they definitely need some arms for the bullpen, particularly lefty. I mean, it would be ideal for them to, definitely have one lefty. But I would love for them to have like second or two lefties in the bullpen. I think that would be ideal. But we'll see what happens. But
Martino just reported too that the Mets met today, about a minute ago. The Mets met with Sasaki today too.
Okay,
so that's another guy they could be going after, and they need him more than we do. But
yeah, they do.
Yeah, so
yeah, they would. They do. They need. I mean, just like the Yankees, the Mets still have holes on their team. That's a fact. So.
Oh, here you go. Fireside Giants just reported. Jack Curry mentioned Paul Goldschmidt as an option for the Yankees due to his experience and numbers against left-handed pitching. He also mentioned that the first base market has quote-unquote stalled.
Yeah.
So I think, first of all, no on Paul Goldschmidt. I'm good on that. I really don't want him. I think the reason it stalled is because they overestimated that first base market. Because I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing. They want to go short term because they're going to be bidding high on Vlad next year.
Yeah. Nobody really wants to commit too much to some of these names. So, I think, like you said, I think the Yankees could go stopgap, 1-year rental in Santana. That's a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised about Goldschmidt. I'm not saying I want the guy, but don't be surprised. After all, you can see Cashman getting a guy like him on the team for 1 year. It's entirely possible. But they're gonna have to go cheap somewhere though. But I don't think they're gonna have to go cheap somewhere. But I don't think first base first base is probably, it could be it, right? First base could be it. But once they get first base, then it's then what happens with second? I mean, second base is going to be, that's a question mark right now. So again, a lot of moving pieces.
Yep.
So, but
so far, good offseason, the Yankees.
Yeah.
Pivot, especially from what it could have been. Like I said, hats off to Hal, kudos to Cashman, because they're doing their damn thing. Hal Steinbrenner seemed to have woke up. So
I don't think I've ever seen Hal pivot so quick, man. I keep saying it over and over again. There was a fire that was lit under him, and I think that losing out on Juan Soto like that, I think that gave him a bruise, and he wants to make sure that bruise heals up and it goes away. So that's why the Yankees, even prior to you know the off season or going into the off season, they had a plan B in place. I
Mhm.
mean, they most definitely did. They had it in place. They were set up. They set themselves up to be like, okay, well, if Soto doesn't come back, because there's a possibility he doesn't come back, and realistically, yeah, that was always a possibility, you know.
Yeah.
So, what can we do next? Like, what are the moves that we should do? Should we, if we don't sign Soto? Well, and a couple of days later, boom, Max Fried. Then they signed, then they traded for Devin Williams. They traded for Cody Bellinger. I'm like, all right, well, these guys aren't playing around. They're trying to make things happen, and they know that there's more moves that need to happen, and they've made that known. So, yeah, this free agency, the rest of the free agency is going to be interesting, in general, just to see where all these players land. Because, again, hopefully for Scott Boris's sake, he doesn't shoot himself in the foot like he did last year. So, but we'll see what happens, man. But any final thoughts? Anything else you want to add to the conversation before we close it out?
Yeah, I'm looking at his stats real quick. You know who would be actually my dream third baseman?
Who that?
Take a guess.
Well, it ain't Bregman.
Well, no, I would take Bregman. Yeah. I like Ryan McMahon. Since the
Oh,
Yankees, since the
I
Yankees
was
are
about
being,
to say his name.
since the Yankees are being very aggressive, McMahon just turned 30 last
Mm-hmm.
week. Like I said, the whole thing about him, he didn't want to get traded because, well, he asked them, but he preferred not to get traded. They were thinking about trading him, but he preferred not to because of his, at home situation. But now that a year's been removed from that, or about a half a year, maybe they feel differently. If I'm the Yankees, I'd pick up the phone and say, hey, what's going on with McMahon? Is he ready to, come to New York type stuff? Because then you put him at third, you move Jazz to second, and you got yourself a decent squad.
Yeah, it's a solid infield. But listen, I don't mind Ryan McMahon. I would love to have Ryan McMahon, but I don't see the Rockies trading him.
Yeah.
But I have been wrong before. So,
Yeah.
you know,
It was circumstantial why they didn't trade him. That's why I
yeah,
think they'd be a little more open now. Maybe he would. Maybe now that his child's a little bit older, maybe he'd be a little more open to it. Playing
yeah.
for a winning team, Colorado's not going anywhere. They're
No,
they're they're bottom dwellers every time. Maybe he wants to finally play for a winning organization.
nah, Colorado doesn't spend money, man, and they don't really spend they've had there was a couple of years where they had a solid team, but that's very, it's rare,
Mm-hmm.
it's extremely rare. Um, Apparently, Profar is looking for a 3-year deal, and then looks like Fireside Yankees put out a thing saying that Jack Curry mentioned Paul Goldschmidt as an option for. Oh yeah, you talked about
Mm-hmm.
that, but yeah, I'm not for Goldschmidt, but don't be surprised.
Yeah, but that's why you have that's why it's good to have the flexibility of somebody like Bellinger.
Mm-hmm.
Because and the fact that the Yankees kind of didn't talk, well, we saw that report saying, oh, he's going to play center field, but then they kind of came out and said, no, he's open to playing anywhere. So it gives the Yankees options with that flexibility of Bellinger. Because if the first base market stalls out, go get yourself another outfielder. Go, I don't, as much as I do not want Anthony Santander, I really
I
don't
don't
want him.
either. I don't either.
But yeah, you know, I would be against that. But maybe you go get yourself a Jerks and Profar, guy that can play the outfield, play a little bit infield as well. Another versatile guy that gives you options.
Yeah,
Maybe versatility is the way to go. Move Bellinger to first base for a little while. Profar, put him in left field, Dominguez center field, and I think we're good to go. I think we might be good to go. I'd do it.
for sure. Yeah, again, a lot of different options, a lot of different avenues the Yankees could go. It's just a matter of what they're, how are they gonna maneuver it. That's
Yeah.
that's the question. So It's a good situation that they're in because it's, they have money to spend, but they also have pieces that they can trade. So they're set up nicely, right? So, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, man. But I do appreciate you jumping on though for a few minutes and chatting it up, and I just wanted to get your thoughts as always because I always value what you have to say. So
I appreciate
I do
it.
appreciate
Likewise.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I got some spaghetti over there waiting for me. What you eating?
Oh, I don't know what's for dinner yet, but I got to figure that out. But spaghetti sounds really good. I hope you chow down and enjoy it. So, you got some meatballs in there too, right?
Nah, breaded chicken.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah,
Yeah,
nothing wrong with
breaded
that.
the breaded chicken route. Nice little side
Mm,
salad from this Italian place right down the street from me. So I was like, all right, bet. Say less.
nice, man, nice. But yeah, awesome, bro. Yeah, enjoy that spaghetti. Folks in the chat, appreciate you all coming on. Thank you again, as always. Thank you for your continued support. Let's continue growing this channel out, and make sure you guys subscribe to the Ace Avenue too. Does a really good job on his channel with Yankee content, movie content. So does a really good job. I can't wait to see him start doing his play-by-plays again. So
It's gonna be
should be a
fun.
fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun season, man. So
You mind if I
uh,
drop the link in the chat?
go right ahead, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, all you, bro. You never have to ask. Just do it.
Oh,
And
nah. It's always respect and love. You always got to make sure you ask for respect, and you
I
always got to make sure you ask permission.
I feel you.
Can't come on overstepping yourself on somebody else's channel.
And Ken dropping gifting somebody a membership. I'm gonna check who he gifted real quick. I don't have YouTube. I'm opening up YouTube right now on my phone.
Scotto.
Oh, Scotto. Okay. Well, okay, Scotto, you are the recipient of the Strike Zone membership. So if you're still in the chat there, I saw you earlier. Make sure you thank Ken. Ken, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the gifting of the membership.
Ken is the man.
So Ken is the man, dropping gift memberships on every channel that he's in. So thank you so much there, Ken. But folks in the chat, again, thank you all for coming on. That's Ace's channel right there. Click that link. Go subscribe to his channel. I don't know what you're waiting. I don't know why you haven't yet, if you haven't. So I don't know what you're waiting for, but just go do it. Make sure you all subscribe to this channel. Make sure you guys like the stream. It does really help out. Share this channel out. Share both of the channels out. Let's keep spreading the word, and we would greatly appreciate it.
Yep.
Have a good night.
That's 3 including you, Rodney.
What's that?
That's 3 including you, Rodney.
2 bums bumming. Yeah, whatever you say there, Mr. Controversy. That's his new name.
Mm-hmm.
Is Mr. Controversy, because the man is always causing controversy wherever he goes. So, yeah. But yeah, again, appreciate you all coming on. See you all next time. And of course, if news breaks out, we're going to let you know we're going to go live. So see you all next time. Have a good night. Enjoy.